So you've got the sinus venosus of the heart. The common cardinal veins kind of branch off into that, and the only way we can really get any idea about where they are is to see where the hole is around here that connects or runs into the sinus venosus. So common cardinal veins would be right about in here. So kind of up in here. So posterior cardinal sinus is then this large sac here. Gonadal veins and arteries, just find the gonads. This is a female, I think we have all females, so any of the arteries and veins associated with the gonads. A posterior cardinal vein. Gonadal sinus. Okay, so you have to find the kidneys. So remember, they run up the body wall. And you can also find the dorsal aorta. Posterior cardinal sinus, or I'm sorry, posterior cardinal vein just runs kind of in this area. It's kind of hard to see, but it's on the medial side of the kidney right next to the dorsal aorta. That's posterior cardinal vein. Lateral abdominal vein is here. So the cloacal vein, the lateral abdominal vein would branch right about in here, but we don't have a good view of it. So you would have a femoral vein, which would branch kind of out this way, and then you'd have a cloacal vein branching toward the cloaca. And then the renal portal vein. Yeah, so much like the posterior cardinal vein, the renal portal vein runs along this outside part of the kidney. So it's a little bit deeper. We don't really see it, but it's in this area along the kidneys. Okay. So let's see. Efferent anything is here. Afferent anything is over here. So you have afferent and efferent branchial arteries. So these are efferent branchial arteries. Afferent branchial arteries come off the ventral aorta. Collector loops. We've got one that we can see here. It's the red. So this is afferent branchial, the black not injected thing. The red along the gills, this is a collector loop. And then you can see the cross trunks that go perpendicular to that across the gills. Pharyngoesophageal. Right here, mine's kind of cut up, but there's a bit of it right here. It kind of runs over top those efferent branchial arteries. The hyoidian efferent. Let's go ahead and do it because it makes more sense to do the paired dorsal aortae first. These thin arteries here that come up and meet this artery here. So hyoidian efferent is on this side of that paradorsal aorta, the more caudal side. If you move cranial, that's the internal carotid. Efferent spiracular. Find the spiracle, you find the artery running to the spiracle, that's efferent spiracular. And the stapedial. I believe the stapedial is this one that's running underneath the efferent spiracular. Pericardial artery, you have to go to where the heart is, so it's an artery that's lining the covering of the heart, or the cavity of the heart that the heart sits in. So pericardial artery. Coronary arteries are, they're not well injected, but they're any of the arteries feeding the muscle of the heart.